They discovered it, they read it, and they applied it. It's the golden thread that connects the titans of the self-development industry, the source that spawned millions of millionaires, the original blueprint to success.
Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill.
Think and Grow Rich.
Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. It's a classic. A classic.
And I love Think and Grow Rich. I love it. It's right here. I mean, it's one of my favorite books of all time.
Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill.
This material is what changed my life. This is the material I study every day. From being an immigrant woman, coming from poverty, and really coming to America and literally achieving the American dream. I can't even tell you how grateful I am for this man, for what he did for me and my family.
Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve.
People don't realize is that when we let our ego get in our way, ego is the loss, the fear of loss. So need to be right, the need to be offended, the need to be hurt, fearful. When that trajectory changes, what happens is you continually go the wrong way. So my job as a coach is to say, let's get into the enjoyment of the direct pursuit of my potential. Right? And so when the light went on, it was not about the potential of making money and being an entrepreneur, which is one of my specialties. And I said to him, look, this is an opportunity now to show how great you really are. We can't let the outside voices, right, determine our success. The happiness that we have comes within. Why are you going to give that control to somebody else?
Thoughts become things. And I always wonder, why did no one teach us this? Why did we not learn this in school? Why did we not learn this from our families? If you make your study a priority, your life will change.
And I came up with 4 really valuable things that I took stock in. And the first one was gratitude. Simple gratitude. Although I grew up with nothing, I was always grateful. Throughout the whole process of consistently, persistently pursuing my potential, I was grateful. It made my past better, my present brighter, and my future even brighter than that. In fact, I tell people all the time, if you want to change your life, change your employee's life, your family life, it's very simple. 2 words, say thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Napoleon Hill Institute training. And today's training, which will be available to everyone, we have exercises, guides, and also now launching our own certification, Napoleon Hill certification program. So reach out to us, david@dmeltzer.com, if you like the exercise guide of today's training, which is training Napoleon Hill's burning desire, the starting point of all achievement. And it's not only the starting point of all achievement, it is the common denominator of all the billionaires, millionaires, entrepreneurs, celebrities, athletes, and entertainers that I work with. They all have a common denominator of a burning desire that they must be what they can be. And we're going to take you through this training today. Once again, we will be in San Diego keynoting Limitless event with Jim Quick. Then we'll be in Las Vegas for our meeting, holding court, filming of season 9 of Office Hours in Las Vegas at the Wynn in the lobby at our studios there. Then Atlanta, specifically Duluth, for the Aspire Business Tour. I will be speaking at 9:45 in the morning and keynoting there, and then lunch, the Diamond Lunch, then a meetup at 2 o'clock, and then our VIP dinner after that. Then back on the West Coast filming in Los Angeles, Go Fund Yourself, and of course, our VIP dinners in Orange County, over 200 cities a year. So please email me, or if you'd like to be invited or informed of our certification programs, our schedule, it's 949-298-2905, 949-298-2905. If you don't want to be informed or invited, do not text us there. All right, here we go. Let's get started. Once again, if you like the exercise and the guide, just email me. Desire not only is the common denominator of all successful people to be what they must be, but it is the spark that begins every achievement in our lives. It's not our talent, our timing, or our resources that determine our success. It's the clarity, emotion, and commitment behind what we truly want. When we align our desire to be what we must be with our attention and our intention, our energy, and our daily behaviors aligned with that, we activate a frequency that pulls the future towards us, the one that we want, not the one that's missing, not the one we don't have, not the one that other people want or social media wants for us, but the one that we want. Most of us don't fail because we're incapable. We fall short because we haven't defined what we want clearly enough. We didn't think about it, say it, do it, believe it, or feel it in a deeply enough. Or maybe we didn't pursue it consistently enough. When we transform a wish into a burning desire, we create the momentum, the focus, and the faith required to build the life we've imagined. These 6 different lessons are designed from Napoleon Hill to help us strengthen that desire, emotionalize it, align with it, and act on it every single day. When our desire becomes our dominant frequency, we begin co-creating the universe in ways that exceed our logic and amplify our outcomes. The first lesson in burning desire is clarity creates our acceleration, our aggregation, our compounding. Clarity creates our acceleration. We can't hit a target we can't see. We're not limited by our abilities. We're limited by how clearly we define what we truly desire and align the meaning of the past with it. When we clearly define what we want in a trajectory, a divine direction of where we think we want to be, and also align the failures, the setbacks, the mistakes, the defining moments, the historical relevances with that desire and alignment, we have the clarity that creates the acceleration, aggregation, and compounds our outcomes. When we say we want success, but are not able to articulate what success looks like, when we want it, or what we're willing to give to receive it, we drift instead of accelerate. We may accelerate in the wrong direction or accelerate in the interference between us and what we want to pull towards us or clear the interference from us. But it is ambiguity. Ambiguity is the enemy of our acceleration. So many times we can't clearly define what we want. We focus in on what we don't want, what we don't have, or what other people want or social media wants for us. And we wonder why we get what other people want, what's missing, what we don't have, what other people want for us or social media wants for us. And there lies the resentment and the guilt, the shame shifting that occurs. This ambiguity will accelerate us or interfere with where we want to be and diminish and dissipate our burning desire that we must be what we can be, but we must clearly define what we truly desire. The universe is exact. I remember in the old phraseology of money, people would say, "Oh, I want to make a lot of dough." And then they couldn't understand why so many people were bringing cakes and cookies to their house and they still weren't making any money. Let's clearly define and know the universe is exact. Let's write our clear, specific desires for our future. Let's remove the vague language of someday or dough or any ambiguity or vague types of interference that may be misinterpreted by the universe. Let's keep the desire visible to us every day so that we can do, say, think, feel, and believe. Let's be a student of our calendar and use time as a framework around what we desire each and every day as non-negotiable behaviors and circumstantial or negotiable behaviors. Remember, clarity of what we want creates our acceleration. The lesson number 2 is we must emotionalize our desire to be what we must be in this clearly divine direction. Our desires don't manifest because we just think them. You can't sit at home high on your mom's couch, smoking, drinking, dreaming about what you want, broke and sick all the time. We manifest because we feel them. We do say, think, believe, and feel them. An emotional confirmation that we are connected to and through with less or little interference. Emotion, this energy, emotion, this frequency, this vibration fuels our persistence, our behavior, and clears our frequency. When we're only intellectually connected to a goal and not inspirationally connected to the goal, we lose the intuition and the inherent intelligence of the universe, and it causes us to interfere with the pull, and we hesitate. When we're emotionally connected, when we're in the flow with the desire, the burning desire that we must be what we can be, and clearly define the divine direction in which we think we want to be in, and align the meaning of the past, we pursue it with certainty and conviction, with confidence and ease. Emotion, energy, and motion is the energy that puts our desires in motion by doing, saying, thinking, believing, and feeling this emotion. Utilizing visualization of our desires that they have already been achieved. What are we doing to interfere with it? Creating 2 categories of activities in defining the time, the 24 hours a day that we're guaranteed every day, except for the last day of our life. We have already achieved it. What are we doing to interfere with that pull? What are we doing to interfere with it? When we attach our values to it, such as gratitude to find the light, the love, and the lessons in it, forgiveness to clear the interference and give us ease through forgiveness and empathy, accountability to learn lessons through what we don't understand. When there's no evidence, or the evidence isn't clear, or maybe if it's even contrary to where we want to be, we use accountability to say, what did I do to be responsible for this? Or maybe what did I do to attract this to myself? Or what am I doing to participate in the perception? And what am I supposed to learn from it? When we practice emotional repetition morning and night, we create a conscious continuum of emotionalizing our burning desire to be what we must be. It gets inherently remembered by the cellular inputs that we have, the 24-hour inputs. The cells that we have a short-term memory of 24 hours a day. And the more that we repeat it, the greater the impact it has on our subconscious, our intermediate memory, not our short-term memory. 80% of what is in the subconscious repetitive mind of the 40,000 thoughts that exist from the 10,000 inputs that are repeated or not repeated daily are negative, interfering thoughts. That's why we emotionalize it, to clear the interference and regain a momentum, a majority in their subconscious of positivity, which then activates our quantum being. It activates through an epigenetic layer of our own energetic genetic inheritance, our quantum being, our unconscious competency, the true burning desire that lives within us to be what we must be. But none of it happens if we don't practice the emotional repetition morning and night through gratitude, empathy, forgiveness, giving us ease, accountability, giving us control, and inspiration, giving us the emotional connection. The third lesson is one of the infinite loop of giving, understanding we must give before we receive, but we must receive. In the infinite loop of giving, we give more, but we're given more. And then we must elevate our understanding that every time we receive, we are creating an opportunity for someone to feel able and capable of helping us to be at their highest self, to feel this emotional brilliance. But we must give first. We must give, be given, receive, and ask for more so we can give more, be given more, receive more, and ask for more than more. In an infinite loop of an abundance of more than enough of everything for everyone. If we don't give before we receive, we will live in a zero-sum game. Just as if we don't receive what we are given, we will live in a zero-sum game, giving more, receiving less, eventually leading us to nothing. Living a life like a tube, food in and food out. Like Camus has written in The Stranger, the myth of Sisyphus, rolling a boulder to the top of the hill just to have it roll down each and every day, dissipating, dissolving the burning desire that we must be what we can be. We expand our value before we expect anything to come to us, to elevate our awareness to what's interfering through us. Opportunity increases, options, touches of favor when we contribute more, help more, serve more, receive more, ask for more than more. If we're expecting big returns, but not increasing our effort, our burning desire through service, empathy, accountability, utilizing the inspiration, intuition, and intelligence, the more than enough energy that exists in an infinite, abundant, unified system of thought, we create a deficit and interference that blocks our own abundance, our own infinite being. In the universe, there is no trade deficit. There is no quid pro quo. There is no negotiating. There's only more than enough of everything for everyone, and our value that we provide and articulate must lead. We must understand the infinite loop of giving. We must understand that people feel their highest self, their closestness to God, when they're able and capable of helping others. And when we receive, we enhance and give them that capability. If we don't receive, we are cheating them of their higher self. We must understand that the universe, there is no trade deficit. There is no zero-sum game. We must give before we receive, but we must receive. Identify what we will give and not make it a transaction and negotiation for what we want, but simply identify what we will give and elevate our awareness to what we are given, even though there are no evidence or the evidence is contrary to we're being promoted, protected, loved, or perfected. A lot of times when we give, we feel punished. One of my least favorite quotes is, no good deed goes unpunished. I think those that believe in that are illustrating the faithless lack of desire. No good deed goes unpunished. Well, you're not aware of all you're given. It just seems instantly that the evidence is against you or punishing you or not in existence. All good deeds will go promoted. All good deeds will be perfected and protect us. Increase the value that we bring daily. Increase and elevate your awareness to the value that you're given. Increase your awareness to the value you receive, and increase your ability to ask for more value. When we look for ways to serve without expectation, we are utilizing the infinite loop of giving, living in intuition, inspiration, intelligence, gaining a connectivity, lessening the interference between us and what already exists, utilizing the pull, not the push. understanding that we already are. I am happy. I am healthy. I am wealthy. I am worthy. What am I doing to interfere with it? But we must give before we receive, but we must receive and ask for more. Lesson 4, the timelessness turns our dreams into reality. Understanding time is essential to the burning desire because we will burn out if we don't understand the difference between the man-made construct of time, the guarantee of God, the 24 hours that we're given each and every day of our life, except for the last day of our life, compared to the infinite time, the timelessness. And it is the timelessness that allows us to detach from the man-made constructs and to live to our limitless potential. It is understanding the timelessness that turns our dreams into reality, reality constructed into monetization or materialization in the non-infinite 24 hours. Without deadlines, our dreams drift into someday, or someday never appears on a calendar. When we have big dreams, they must be constructed into little deadlines that are either non-negotiable behaviors in the 24 hours or negotiable behaviors in the 24 hours. But someday will never appear on the calendar. Only today appears on the calendar. It's the guarantee. The 24 hours that you use for a minimum amount of time, as I do, for my sleep, my health, my family, my finance, my faith, the study of time itself and relativity, still leaving 12 hours a day to adjust and prioritize and reprioritize and pre-prioritize the circumstances of the day, aligned again with lesson number 1, the divine direction in which I want to be in, and aligning the meaning of the past with that divine direction as well, which allows the protection, promotion, love, and perfection that creates detours that are divine, not punishing. We delay launching a business or pursuing a passion because we've never given our desire that we must be what we can be a definite timeline, a bigger picture broken down into a daily timeline of non-negotiable, negotiable behaviors, of activities that are paid for or unpaid for, planned or unplanned, or even our sleep. They must have a definitive daily timeline. We don't need to put a someday or this has to be done in the future day, because we're not guaranteed a future day, and the certainty of what's going to happen in the future is circumstantial, which means it is uncertain. But the 24 hours a day gives us a construct to be definiteness in our timeline. A dream without a specific daily timeline becomes a someday, and a someday isn't where we live. When we put man-made constructs within the infinite and say, oh, I need to make $1 million by the end of the year, instead of saying, I want to double the amount of money I make as fast as I can, we're actually creating resistance by putting an exact future on something that we can't control, because time will run out and things don't happen in a linear way. They happen very slowly, then all of a sudden. And not only is someday never going to come, but creating man-made constructs tied to a long-term deadline instead of to acceleration, instead of desire, will only create more resistance to where we want to be or better. Let's assign the clear daily deadlines to our desires. Let's have non-negotiable behaviors, negotiable behaviors, scheduled time, non-time, planned time, unplanned time, paid for time, unpaid for time, and sleep. It's okay to create milestone checkpoints of by the end of the year, or by the end of the month, or by the end of the week. Milestone checkpoints will help us, but not give us the resistance of a construct that is impossible to determine. We want to review our progress through these milestones and checkpoints. We are looking for progress, not perfection, knowing the 1,000 steps that it takes to get us to where we want to be, and knowing that it will take 90% of the time to just get to 250 of the steps. then it only takes another 5% of the time to get to 500 steps and another 5% of the time to get to 100 steps. That's because growth is built exponentially. 25% to 50 to 100. But to get to 25% takes the longest. If anybody would want, again, like the guide on 1,000 steps that's inherent in this exercise and guide of burning desire, please email me, david@dmeltzer.com. Email me, david@dmeltzer.com. Lesson number 5, faith plus focus makes our obstacles or interference irrelevant. It is the wisdom and the faith that shortens the distance of resistance between us and our defined divine direction, utilizing a burning desire for achievement. When we strengthen our faith and sharpen our focus, challenges lose their power. A burning desire to be what you must be gives us direction, resilience, consistency, and persistency in the pursuit of our potential. Two of us can face the same setback. In fact, it often happens. It happened in COVID, where so many of us face the exact same setback. Where one of us quits, the other reframes, learns, continues, and grows. This happens all the time. Understanding the setbacks are set up, not only utilizing wisdom of asking for help, finding people to help, notating that the fastest way to get to where you want to be is to find someone that's already there, ask them for directions, or help someone get to where they want to be. But it is the faith that there is an infinite, abundant, unified system, a source, a God, your God, that's bigger than you, that loves you, protects you, promotes you, and perfects you more than your mom. And when this burning desire to be what we must be, based in wisdom and faith, when our desire is strong enough, the interferences, the obstacles, the evidence that's contrary to where we want to be becomes irrelevant. It is simply the behaviors based on our utilization of the 24 hours that we're blessed with every single day in the divine direction of the divinity of infinity that allows us to use gratitude to find the light, the love, and the lessons, the protection, promotion, love, and perfection, to strengthen our faith and to receive more awareness to the wisdom of getting the directions to where we want to be or better. If we can remove one distraction from our environment to clear the interference between us and what already exists today, we can reconnect to our desire, our burning desire to be what we must be whenever interference appears, whenever we have that response to the natural reaction to fear, the need to be right, the need to be offended, the need to be separate, the need to be inferior, superior, anxious, frustrated, angry, or even worried, resentful, or guilty. These are duplicative negatives. Not only do they interfere as the doubt appears, but they are actually asking for what you don't want. Let's reconnect to the desire, the burning desire of our divine direction, and give the meaning and past to align with it as well. The final lesson of the burning desire, that you must be what you can be. Our daily practices create our achievements. We are our habits, our behaviors, our daily behaviors. We're not where we vacation, we are where we live. And desire is the flame, the spark, the fuel that allows us to consistently, persistently behave in a manner aligned with where we want to be. Desire will spark the fuel of habits, of behaviors, non-negotiable and negotiable. We will rise to the level of our daily practices, not our intention. You have to do, say, think, believe, and feel That is what intention is. 5 levels of intention. What you pay attention to and what you give intention to equals the coincidences, the coinciding. It's the mathematical equation of luck. If we dream big enough, but don't anchor ourselves with consistent behaviors and habits, we stay stuck in potential instead of progress. It is consistency that compounds into our success that becomes inevitable in an exponential amplified outcome. Apply the 5 daily practices to make sure that you have your non-negotiable behaviors and negotiable behaviors aligned with your divine direction, identifying what you're doing to interfere with it and what you're doing to limit it, which is by the meaning of your past. The failures, mistakes, setbacks, defining moments, historical relevances of the past are shadows on your future if they're not aligned with it. You need to know our what, know our who, know our how, know our now, and apply our why. Commit to daily non-negotiable behaviors, a minimum amount of time on sleep, on health, on family, on finance, on faith, on the study of time and relativity, utilizing meditation, gratitude, activities, learning, and service. We must revisit each and every day, every morning and every night, our desires, and start with gratitude to find the light, the love, and the lessons in the burning desire, in the divine direction of where we want to be or better, to help us align the lessons, help us align the past so that we don't limit our self-image or our imagination, because we never will overachieve our own self-image. Every dream we have is still possible. It's probable. It's your perspective and your reality if you apply your why. But possibilities become reality only when we feed our desire that we must be what we can be with the wisdom and faith, clarity, and consistent action of doing, saying, thinking, feeling, and believing aligned with the divine. Desire is not something we wait for. It's something we build, nurture, and broadcast, amplify intentionally to utilize the mathematical equation of luck. When we know what we want, when we give to be given more, to receive more and ask for more, when we set timelines that are within the context of the 24 hours that we're guaranteed and the infiniteness of the universe and time, and when we practice the daily disciplines and habits and behaviors that align with the divine direction of our mind, heart, and soul, and our behaviors as we ignite a level of focus and faith that makes setbacks irrelevant and outcomes exponentially inevitable. Our job is simple. Decide what we truly desire. Commit to it, emotionalize it, act on it, and allow the universe to meet us with more than we could ever imagine. These 6 lessons that I will give to you, this exercise and guide, come and become a Napoleon Hill certified coach with me. Utilize these exercises and guides. David@dmeltzer.com. David@dmeltzer.com. These 6 lessons aren't just concepts. They're the framework for turning your desire to be what you must be into achievement, our vision into opportunity, and our future into reality filled with abundance, impact, and fulfillment. You will make a lot of money, help a lot of people, and have a lot of fun with Napoleon Hill and the Napoleon Hill Institute, with the burning desire that you must be what you can be. Burning desire, the starting point of all achievement. I want to thank Napoleon Hill Institute. I want to thank everybody for the Napoleon Hill Institute training. We're here every Wednesday. Our Friday trainings, over 28 years. Email me, david@dmeltzer.com, if you want to join me and Jim Quick in San Diego. Join our text community if you want to join me in Vegas at the Wynn in the lobby, our studio. Text us. If you want to join me in Atlanta, I will host you at the Aspire Tour with Jesse Itzler, Sarah Blakely, myself, David Goggins. Come and join us, 949-298-2905. Email me for the exercises, guides, and if you'd like to become a Napoleon Hill certified coach, become a subject matter topic expert in your space, be certified as a Napoleon Hill mortgage coach, or whatever it is that you desire and have a burning desire for. David at dmeltzer.com. I want to thank everybody for joining us. Please email me. Hit it, Gigi.